this is Pioneers of Pagonia, and in this video I'm gonna show you how things work, so you don't have to spend hours questioning where is what or wondering why something doesn't work. So this is our ship, the Venturer, and if we click on it, we can see everything that we brought from the old place. We have 329 people, we have a bunch of, and these are all in different occupation, so that's the important thing here. We have 15 diggers, for example, 150 carriers, construction site carriers, 40 of them, few explorers, and a lot more. Then we also have our stockpile. We have few weapons, few tools, lots of copper, stone, logs, all of that, and food, of course. What else do we have? We have the map on the top bottom side. As you can see, it moves when I move. With AWSD, we can spin around. We can spin around if we hold the middle mouse, middle click, scroll wheel, and zoom in and out with the scroll wheel as well. So let's get our people out of the ship and let's start building. If we go down, we have a bunch of stuff to build. So the first one is roads. Let's create road. And what do we have here? What do we see here? We create road with straight lines, but if we remove that, we see it's not actually that straight. The variation looks pretty nice, especially when you get on the grass, which is really nice. So there are no straight lines like in the city skylines, for example. And of course, you can demolish road as easily. And then click on the circle and it's gone. And by the way, all the information we had here can also be found on the top bar. So we have people, we have the construction people, carry, diggers, all of that, and then also all the food, the tools, and everything else. And the last thing we are gonna look at before we start building is these blue stones with the blue top. These are our border stones. As you can see, they go all the way around here and are going down here to the beach down here. What these do is actually they stop you from building outside, and your beavers will explore and extend the border with time. So how do we expand? Well, we go into the exploration and expansion and build guard tower. I would recommend building guard tower as close to the border as possible. And the last thing we are gonna look at before we start building is these blue stones with the blue top. We have people coming out. So while they get to this place, I'm gonna build one more guard tower on the other side. So I like to place them right here. Something like this. So now this tower is gonna expand to the west and this tower is gonna go north and east, or the other way around. And as of right now, there is no speed up or slow down. So this is the speed you're gonna have to play, at least right now. Hopefully that gets fixed really soon. And while they are building, the explorer's hut is also very important. So what the explorer hut does is actually opens up the area. So as you can see here, the cloud is blocking everything, and when an explorer goes through outside, so now this tower is gonna expand to the west. Our tower expands the map where you can build, the explorer expands the map where you can see. So both are really valuable. Then we can go to the next one, which is wood and stone. What do we have here? We have wood cutting hut, we have sawmill, we have forester, quarry for the stone, stonemason, stone mill, and construction camp. We can ignore construction camp for now, but we can start with wood cutting hut. So what does a wood cutting hut does? Well, that's where we have our wood cutters. And sawmill, well, you need stuff from the wood to build actual buildings. So let's do something like this, put them close to each other, connect them like that. And while we at it, why don't we just place a forester close by? And if we look a bit closer, we can see how much things cost and what they actually do. So here for woodcutter hut, we can see the cost is 4 softwood trunks, and it gathers softwood trunk, hardwood trunk, and firewood. If we look at sawmill, we can see it costs 8 softwood trunk, and it uses the 2 trunks to create beam, board, and firewood. So you do get a lot of information, a very useful information, really nicely. This is the animation for the buildings being built right now. Construction 50% right now, so it goes up, and then slowly down, and our watchguard or guard tower will be built. The animation is really amazing. So look at this, all of these people are actually picking up all the stuff from the warehouse, and it went from this one specifically. So the animation, the style is really fantastic. I really like this. So while they build all the wood stuff on that area, we can go to the wood and stone and find the quarry. And a really useful thing here is actually when you select quarry, it will select all the stuff it can quarry from. So let's place it close to the stones that it's gonna quarry from, something like that. And we're also gonna need stone mason in the area. So let's go something like this. Oh, and by the way, I'm using Q and E to spin it around, and the yellow stuff is where the entrance is that needs to be connected to the road. So if we take something like this, will this work? So diggers are coming, they're gonna flatten the ground and slowly build up from there. And we can take a look at the guards expanding the area. So these are the stone borders. They're gonna hammer a bit and expand it like that. That wasn't a good shot, so let's try here. There we go. So it moved it up a bit. And if you remember, we started with the border right here, and now few minutes later they have expanded it quite a bit. So now we have built most of our wood and stone stuff. Let's go into the food production. And of course the most important one is well. So it doesn't really matter where you place the well. I'm gonna place it right here because that's kind of a nice place for it. So what else do we have in the food production? We have forage hut, which is gonna pick or gather some stuff from the forest. And again, if we select it, it's gonna show us where all the stuff it can collect are. I would recommend placing it somewhere close by, so everything is just that much quicker. If we go back to the production, so if we go for Hunter's Lodge, we can see here all the all the white animals around. So most of them are gonna be in the forest. Some of them might wander around everywhere. It doesn't really matter as long as you don't have it in your city. So I like to put it close by here because I don't know, it looks kind of cute. So let's see here, something like this, and then connect it to our city. And what else do we have? We have vegetable farm. You just farm vegetables, and right now we have pumpkins and cabbages. We have crop farm, where we crop corn, flaxseed and wheat. Then we have our farmland. So let's build our vegetable farm right here on the edge somewhere, something like this. And also let's connect it. One thing I really hope they improve very soon is actually the farm area. I really would like to just select a bunch of the squares so it's easier, because you can place them wrongly and then it just takes unnecessary space. And looks like to be able to create farmland not connected to the road, which is kind of unnecessary. It would be nice if we could have farms on the backside somewhere and not take up valuable space close to the road. Another unusual thing with the game is actually with the amount of people and things you start off with. Look how many things we have built so far, and this is quite unusual. So it's a very different start than most city builders out there. So it's quite interesting actually. Food production is now done. We go into the population and meals. Here we can find cottage, which is where your population, your people live. So let's build a few cottages. Let's see, where can we have, this would have been a nice area actually. Can we do something like prioritize this area? Most buildings have a triangle pointing down and two circles, and that's focus area, focus point. So right now I said to my guards to extend to this area, but if you, for example, go into the woodcutter hut, you can select where they will start cutting. Right now it's in the middle, and as you can see, it will prioritize the first circle and then go to the next and then to the last one. And the same thing with forester, focus point, and you select where you want it to plant more trees. So it's really a nice feature, a nice way to prioritize. All right, they are finally done with expanding the border right here. So let's go into the population and meals and build a few cottages. So this is what the cottage looks like. All right, so now we have farms, we have forage hut, we have hunting lodge. What we can do with all that? Well, the best thing to start off with is building a provisioner, which will produce ration, I don't know how it's pronounced, that will create food for the explorer that will then go out and explore. As you can see, when we started, the clouds were right, we didn't see the forest here, and now they're all the way back. Let's see where we can put you. Alright, this seems like a good place. I don't like that we have hardwood or any wood in the sort of center of the town. So let's select forester and let's ask him to build a bit to the left here. Wood cutting, let's focus on that area. It would be nice to clean it up a bit so we can use all the area we have. But let's create a market fontaine, something like that, and also market stall. So let's see here. One thing I wish is that for some buildings that you don't need to create a road for them. So right now we have to be careful so we can actually build a road and connect everything to everything. So let's see here, something like this. And then we can have one more market. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can go with 6 right there. Then we also have tavern, which is this big building. And when you build a tavern, you have tavern table. So it's similar the way this works. You build market fontaine and then you build market stall, and with tavern you build the tavern, the bar, and then you build a bunch of tables as well. The next tab is mining. We started with stone right here, but there are a few more rocks that we can mine. So we have copper hut, coal, iron, silver, then we have smelting. On this side we have some coal and some iron, and a bit more coal on the right side, and some copper. So it's all good, but it's really early for that. So I'm gonna skip that. Then we have processing, which we have weaver shed and we have mint. Now same thing here. We need silver, we need lots of flax to produce clothes and all that stuff. It's really early for that. So we're gonna skip that as well. Then we have equipment and training. Now this is good to have. We have guild hall. So let's build it somewhere around. Can we have it in this area? Nope. I really should expand up here. So let's see where we can go. We're gonna save this area for the coal and stuff. Guild hall trains construction workers and crafts people by equipping them with tools. So that's pretty good. And then we also have toolsmith that produces the tools, all the hammers, shovels, axes, knives, all of that. And then wood workshop, which creates bows, spears, shields. And then we have weaponsmith, which creates lots of weapons. Armorsmith, which creates lots of armor. Artisan's blacksmith, which is locked right now, will be out when the game is out. Military academy, which trains your military. Adventurer guild, not unlocked. Arcane academy. And as of right now we don't need any army and we do not need any weapons at all. So just creating toolsmith is good enough for us, and we can create a toolsmith downtown. And at the end we have storage and trade. So we have storage. Let's see here, we can put a few storages, right? One down where we have our wood stuff. We can place one where we have stone, like that. One where we have food stuff. So let's build that and I'm going to show you how it works. And the last building we have is treasury, which stores coins and other valuable items. So right now we do not have any coins and we don't need it, but I'm sure it's going to be useful later in the game. But if you look at this, look how many people we actually have. I have done all of this in just 30 minutes, not more. It's really quite incredible how fast it goes. So let's look at farmland. Pumpkins. So these 4 pumpkins are mature and ready to be picked, collected. Then we have cabbages. So right, these 4 are at 93%. So they will be done very soon. If we look at forage hut, we can see what they have, but also what we want them to pick or not to pick. And the same thing with hunting lodge. They can right now, in the game right now, pick rabbit meat, boar meat, deer meat or leather and control what they pick or not pick. If we go to the quarry, the standard quarry can pick between stone and limestone, and the same thing with stone-mason. So they get the stones and then you can select which one you want them to produce. Maybe just border stone because you need a lot, or you want to put 50-50 between border stone or cut stone for the buildings. Our storage unit is down right now. There we go. And the way it works is actually you select it and then go into the first category here. So you can press on it and you have all of the icons from up here. So because we are in the woodworking area, we see the wood is the first one, kind of like a Christmas tree. So I'm gonna select it. That means only the wood stuff will be placed in this storage. And then of course, if you want to be a lot more specific, you can press on the next one, pick anything from the wood stuff or a specific wood type. And as of right now, you can see we have 3 hardwood boards in the storage and 12 are on the way. So that's what the plus 12 means right down here. All right, so let's check where our border is. It seems like we have done pretty big expansion here, especially on the left side. Where is it on the right side? Okay, hey, that's not too bad. And by the way, this is the explorer, so you see how he's outside of the border. Now he's going back to get more food and then continue exploring. Oh, we have gone far. Okay, this is very good actually. And there we go. Within 10 to 15 minutes, you got all the information you need to have an amazing start for your pioneers. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time.